So hi guys, I'm back once again. Like what I never left is GeminiGem, and I'm here for the Publix sneak peek BOGO deals for the week of January 2nd through January 7th of 2026. So happy New Year, and let's go ahead and jump into the deals. So we have a lot of repeat deals. First one is the Suju organic shots. They are $3.19. So you can get two for $3.19 or one for $1.59 if you're in any other state other than Florida. So when I saw these, they had these hang tags on them, which took off $2, but they were only for the 12 ounces, and then they expired on the 31st, y'all. So I did grab, they were two for $6, so I grabbed one, which made it $3. I used that $2 hang tag, and I just got one for $1. Next, the Just Bare oven roasted chicken bites are going to be $13.99. So grabbing one would be $6.99. These are just for the oven roasted ones, not for the breaded ones. Next, these PB Fit peanut powder. These are in the peanut butter section, but these are $6.09. So grabbing one would be $3.04. Next, the pollinator preserves are $4.69. Grabbing one would be $2.34. We have some more other kinds. I think they may be included. I'm not sure. I think they're always included though. So these are $4.45, which would make them $2.22 for one. Then we also have a cheaper one for $3.29, which would make it $1.65. The Lance sandwich crackers are going to be $4.79. So grabbing one would be $2.39. We got all different varieties of those. Our Mission tortillas are going to be back again. Now the cheapest I think I saw were $2.99. So grabbing one would be $1.49. Once again, y'all, a lot of repeat deals. Now the Wassa crisp bread and the flatbread and all of those. The cheapest I saw was the flatbread, which are $3.99. So grabbing one would be $1.99. Then we have the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits are $6.29 in the frozen section. So grabbing one would be $3.14. They even have honey butter biscuits now. Next is gonna be the Afia falafel. These are $5.79. So grabbing one would be $2.89. Then we have the Atkins entrees. The cheapest I saw are $4.59. So grabbing one would be $2.29. Then we have Kevin's frozen bowls. They are $5.99. So grabbing one would be $2.99. We got all different kinds. We got coconut chicken, basil chicken, orange chicken, just a lot of different varieties. So that'd be something to try. The next thing is going to be the Evolve entrees at $4.59. So grabbing one would be $2.29 for those. Our vegetables for the frozen vegetables are going to be Green Giant. They are, well, the cheapest is $1.99. So grabbing one would be 99¢, but of course they go up, I believe, to 22 ounces, they said. So yeah, more vegetables for us, y'all. Next, the cauliflower pizza is $8.99. So grabbing one would be $4.49. I'm not doing the fake pizza like that. If I'm gonna do pizza, I'm gonna get pizza. So that brings me to Palermo's Primo Thin Pizza. They are $8.99. So grabbing one would be $4.49. The Super Pretzel is $4.29. So grabbing one would be $2.14. Then we have like the Gordon's fish fillets, the crab cakes, the fish sticks. All of them are going to be buy one, get one. The cheapest I saw were the fish fillets and the fish sticks, which are $5.99. So grabbing one would be $2.99. I think they go up to $11.99. So if you went the more expensive route, the half price would be $5.99 and all those in between. Now the Van waffles, it specifically said 12 count, which were very expensive, but I didn't see those in my store at all. But these 6 count are $3.79. So if they are included, it would be $189. But I'm not sure that they are included. I thought I was looking for the 12 count, didn't see them anywhere. Blue Bunny Mini Swirl 8 count at my store are $5.89, so grabbing one would be $2.94. Then we have in the frozen section the Jimmy Dean Delights. So these delights, we have the wraps, we have frittatas, we have these egg witch, then we have the croissants, and these are all $8.49. So grabbing one would be $4.24. Then we have the Luigi's Italian Ice at the 6 count at my store are $4.79. So grabbing one would be $2.39. Next we have the Trolley Gummy Popsicles, the 10 count. That seems very sweet. They are $5.99, so grabbing one would be $2.99. The Halo Top ice cream are $6.19, so grabbing one would be $3.09. So I was noticing over here that the Oatly ice creams over here, and I know that the milk is gonna be buy one get one, and I was just amazed seeing them in ice cream form. But anyway, the Talenti, the cheapest at my store are $4.99. So grabbing one would be $2.49. Do we still have a coupon for that? I could have sworn I saw a coupon for that. The Seal the Season smoothie kit are not $2.49. They're $12.49. So grabbing one would be $6.24. Then the Happy Egg Company brown eggs, the 12 count, are $5.99. So grabbing one would be $2.99. Then we have the Daisy Cottage Cheese. These ones have little fruits in them. I just don't do cottage cheese at all. But they are 3, 4, 5. So one would be $1.66. So grabbing one would be 83 cents, right? Next we have the Starbucks creamer at my store. They're $6.49. Grabbing one would be $3.24. Nut Pods creamer will be $5.59. So grabbing one would be $2.79. And here's that Oatly milk, that Oatly oat milk, are $5.69. Grabbing one would be $2.84. Then the Truly grass-fed 16-ounce the butter sticks are $10.99. So grabbing one would be $5.49. Now the Perfect Bar 4 count, not the minis, but the regular 4 count at my store are $11.29. So grabbing one will be $5.64. If you do these, hopefully the mini ones will be included. Once again, the Pillsbury Grand Biscuits are back. They are $3.29. Grabbing one would be $1.64. And we usually always have the coupons for those. Next, the OxyClean stain remover products, if all are included, the cheapest I see is $4.19 for those little ones, which would be $2.09 if you grab one. The most expensive I saw was $11.99, which would be $5.99 if you want to get some stain removing products. The Easy Off oven cleaner is going to be $6.09. Grabbing one would be $3.04. Then we have the Vanity Fair napkins. So through all these, the cheapest that I saw were $3.29. So if you just grab one, it would be $1.64. Our full pans this week are going to be the Easy Full pans, but it did say with lids. So I guess they're tired of us getting them for real cheap. So the cheapest I saw with lids at my store was $5.19. So grabbing one would be $2.59. Then the Unreal Dark Chocolate, it do say bars, gems, cups, and pretzels. So I saw these on the end cap and they are $5.99. So grabbing one would be $2.99. Next, the Core Hydration 6-pack, the 30.4 ounce bottles are $12.49. So grabbing one would be $6.24. That has to be some high quality H2O right there. Next, we got the Snapple. The set tea and juices. I only saw the tea, but the 6-pack 16 ounce are $5.99. So grabbing one would be $2.99 for those. I only just saw the tea. Then we're gonna have the vitamin water. The 6-pack 16.9 ounce at my store are $6.99. So grabbing one would be $3.49. Once again, we got all the varieties. Someone turned all these around, but those are the vitamin water. Then we're back with the Poppy 12-ounce cans. I guess they think we really like them because those I bought a rebates, y'all. But some of them were good. They're $2.49. So grabbing one would be $1.24. More high quality H2O for the Pure Life, the 24-pack, the 8-ounce are $5.99. So grabbing one would be $2.99. Then the Smart Water 6-packs of the 500 mLs are $8.99. So grabbing one would be $4.49. Lots of high quality H2O there. The next is the Ancient Nutrition Multi Collagen Protein. This is the 8.9 ounce. It's $26.99. So grabbing one would be $13.49. The level 1 bar protein bars are the 4 counts at my store are $11.99. So grabbing one would be $5.99. Pop Secret popcorn, the cheapest is $4.99. So grabbing one would be $2.49. We have the butter, the movie theater butter. I always grab the movie theater butter. Next, the Planters dry roasted peanuts, the 16-ounce are $3.69. So grabbing one would be $1.84 for the dry roasted peanuts. Next, we have it's going to be the Chex Mix, the Gardettos, and the Bugles. At my store, they are $3.49. Usually it's saying $4.99, but they're usually $3.49. Grabbing one would be $1.74 for those different snack things. I love Bugles, y'all. Next, we're gonna have the Geo Roos pasta sauce. She is $7.29. So grabbing one would be $3.64. That hot Sicilian looks good. Then we have the Carpe Diem, the play on Carpe Diem, the 12-ounce. They're going to be $3.99. So grabbing one would be $1.99. So not only are the frozen vegetables, but also the canned vegetables for Green Giant are going to be buy one, get one. The cheapest are $1.79. So grabbing one for 89 cents. Next, the Seeds of Change, the organic rice in, is it quinoa? Quinoa? How you say that word? But it's $3.29. Grabbing one would be $1.64. The Vigo yellow rice, the 10-ounce at my store is $1.59. So grabbing one would be 79 cents. Eternal, the 1.5-liter water, $2.49. Grabbing one would be $1.24. We're back with the salad stuff that I need to use to get with my use with my Panero dressing that I got. But the Miss Cubanos croutons are $1.99. So grabbing one would be 99 cents. As well as the crisps, they are $3.39. So buying one would be $1.69 for those. And then the Hellman's, the 30-ounce, it's going to be $7.75. So grabbing one would be $3.87. I do believe they still are going to give us that $2 Publix saving coupon. The Meat Mitch barbecue sauce are going to be $7.99. Grabbing one at $3.99. Then we have the Bonafide Provisions broth. Now the cheapest I saw is the chicken broth, which is the one I most likely would get. They are $4.49, so grabbing one would be $2.24. Our Del Monte fruit packs, the 4 packs, I think, as well as the 2 packs. But the 4 packs are $3.59, so grabbing one would be $1.79. Now the tasty cakes, it says 6 to 12 ounce. So these glazed ones down here say 6 ounce. The ones up top are 5 ounce, and it says $2.79, but they're right there. So you grab one at $1.39 for the little glazed one because they say 6 ounce. Then the Edelman's Little Bites are $5.49, so grabbing one would be $2.74. They're on sale. Once again, we have a lot of repeat deals. The Hungry Jack pancake mix $4.49, so grabbing one would be $2.24. Next, we have the Mrs. Butterworth syrup. She is $4.49, so grab one at $2.24. Then our teas are going to be the 20s tea bags. They are $5.09. So grabbing one would be $2.54. Well, the cheapest is $5.09. So grabbing one of those would be $2.54. Then we have the Tazo tea bags, which say 2 for $8. So one would be 4. The half off would be 2, right? So if we want to grab some of the Tazo tea bags for $2, that seems like a decent deal. Now the 8 o'clock ground coffee at my store is $8.74. So buying one would be $4.37. Yeah, I don't drink coffee, and I'm glad I don't, because the Lavazza coffee, the ground coffee, is $14.69. Grabbing one would be $7.34. The Quaker Chewy bars are $3.29. So grabbing one would be $1.64. Then we're gonna get into some granola. We got the Purely Elizabeth granola. They are $7.19. So grabbing one would be $3.59 for those Purely Elizabeth granola. Then we have the Magic Spoon granola, and these are $9.99. So grabbing one would be $4.99. Now we have the Belvita breakfast bars. They are $5.39. So grabbing one would be $2.69. And then we have the Nature Valley, the bars and biscuits. So the bars are $5.19. So grabbing one would be $2.59. My favorite of these are the biscuits, and they are $5.49 at my store. So grabbing one would be $2.74. Now the Smithfield bacon, now it did say thick. Now this is the only Smithfield bacon that I really saw in my store, because we wore those out. But if these are included, $9.99, so it'll be $4.99. The V8 juices are going to be $4.38. Grabbing one would be $2.19. I did not know they had all these flavors of V8 juices, but they do. Now the Mio water enhancers are $4.15, so grabbing one would be $2.07. Then we have the Crystal Light packs. They are $4.19, so grabbing one would be $2.09. Then we have the Kool-Aid Jammers. These 10 packs are $3.99 at my store, so grabbing one would be $1.99. Also, the Mott's apple juice, the 6 packs. These at my store are $5.09. So grabbing one would be $2.54. It's kind of a liquidy kind of wheat, y'all. We're getting a lot of liquids. So the next is the Capri Sun 10 packs. So we have some for $5.75, but when I looked down, I saw more the Roaring Waters and all these other kinds 10 packs for $4.49. So grabbing one would be $2.24. Next, the BioLite. These are 2 for $7, so one would be $3.50. in half price would be $175. Then we have the body armor. They are going to be 2 for $4, so one would be $2, and half price would be $1. Then we have the lean body. I think these are protein shakes. They're $3.99, so grabbing one would be $1.99. Also, the Premier Protein are $3.29, so grabbing one would be $1.64. Then we have the Right Guard deodorant. They did say the 2.6 ounce was included, so that one is the cheapest at $3.19. So grabbing one would be $1.59 for the Right Guard deodorant. Now the Tyson chicken products, the cheapest is $7.68. These should be included because the ounces are included, and so one would be $3.84. Then the Nathan's pretzel dogs, all the Nathan's frozen dogs are going to be included, but the cheapest I saw are the pretzel dogs, which are $9.99, so one would be $4.99. Publix boneless, skinless chicken breasts are going to be buy one, get one. So they're going to be different prices. So we're going to see what are the best deals that we can get for those chicken breasts. Also, the seasoned ones are going to be buy one, get one too. The Hatfield ham steak at my store, $3.99. So grabbing one would be $1.99. Then we have these wild protein chips. They are $2.89. So grabbing one would be $1.44 for those. Our vitamins of the week are going to be the Nature's Truth. Now, the cheapest I saw, once again, are the B12 in the hair, skin, and nails, which are $9.99. So grabbing one would be $4.99. Our Jolly Time popcorn, $5.99. Grabbing one would be $2.99. So then our Deer Park 12-pack are going to be $3.39. So grabbing one would be $1.69. And also the 6-packs are going to be $3.49. So grabbing one of the 6-packs would be $1.74. Then we have the whole fruit bars at my store. They are $5.29. So grabbing one would be $2.64. And that's is some popsicles for you, or fruit bars. The wishbone dressings are going to be $3. So grabbing one would be $1.50. Then we have the Milton's crackers, which are $4.19. Another repeat. Buying one would be $2.09 for the Milton's crackers. We got more granola, y'all. Bare Naked granola. It's $4.99. So grabbing one would be $2.49. Also, we have the Kashi cereal at my store is $6.99. I only saw this one brand, but grabbing one would be $3.49. Another repeat deal. Our strawberries, they're advertised at $4.99. So grabbing one would be $2.49. This week they are 3 for $10. Okay. Then the Publix sliced mushrooms at my store. So I saw these and I realized it said sliced mushroom. So I looked down and they are $3.49. So grabbing one would be $1.74 for those. Then the Perro Family Farm sweet peppers are $3.99. Grabbing one would be $1.99. Then our Fresh Express salads. Now I'm sure that ours is usually $4.99, but they have them on sale this week. So the advertised at $5.65. So grabbing one would be $2.82. But I'm pretty sure that usually mine and my store are $4.99. Next, the Crunch Master Crisp, the 6 packs are $6.99. So grabbing one would be $3.49. Then we're gonna have the Fresh Cravings hummus at $4.59. So grabbing one would be $2.29. Then we have the Nutty and Fruity Mango. Are these like freeze dried? These nutty and fruity mangoes. They are $5.99. So grabbing one would be $2.99 for those. Then we have the Key West Sunset Bouquets. These are $16.99. So grabbing one would be $8.49. And then we have these orchids. I can't even pronounce it. It's something that starts with a P, y'all. But they are $19.99. So grabbing one would be $9.99 for those. So those are nice. So if y'all like the video, tell me what deals you're excited about. I know it's a lot of repeat deals. And like I said, if you haven't subscribed, you must not be trying to save. See you in the next video. Bye.